Network newsroom. Well, the Panthers coming off of their bye week as they get set to host the Giants on Sunday. The defensive unit working in a new addition in former All-Pro safety Eric Reed, who signed with Carolina just last week. Reed famously taking a knee with Colin Kaepernick, but head coach Ron Rivera calling the signing a football decision as they looked for a player to take over for Denora Searcy, who was lost for the season. Quarterback Cam Newton happy to have Reed on the roster.
I think it was the right move, being that Searcy went down. He's a great player. We have great players in this locker room, and we've accepted him with open arms. I was thinking to myself, I hope he was and is as excited as everybody is loving having him. You know what I'm saying? You know, a very young, talented player that has a lot of football left in his body. And for him, you know, to be on our team, you know, is a great thing. You know, everything outside of football, you know, I'm pretty sure as a teammate that I've always been, I'm going to stand by him. And knowing that, you know, none of that will be distractions for us winning football games.
Well, Vikings running back Dalvin Cook sitting out practice on Wednesday as he continues to deal with the hamstring injury. Cook admitting earlier this week that he's still not 100% after being limited against the Rams last Thursday. Minnesota taking on the Eagles this Sunday. And speaking of those Eagles, we told you last week about the bet between North Dakota State alum Carson Wentz and South Dakota State's Dallas Goedert. Well, Goedert paying up after the Bison defeated the Jackrabbits. Goedert rocking the green and yellow hoodie, even showing off the Wentz North Dakota State bobblehead there. North Dakota State is now 4-0. They, by the way, take the Dakota marker. Well, the crew is certainly hyped about one particular game, and that is this one.
Hey, man, not a whole lot needs to be said. Everybody knows what this is about.
When y'all hit that field, fly around, do your job.
Woo! Family on 3, 1, 2, 3. Overtime. Bring him out.
Oh, how did he pull that off? He got it to Hill.
He throws it left-handed. Are you kidding me? Wow.
Bortles has a man. It's Dante Moncrief. Touchdown, Jacksonville.
Mahomes.
He's going to try to get there on his own, and he does so with ease. Showtime.
Ooh, turning our attention to one of the best games of Week 5. According to this breakfast table, it is the Jags and Chiefs. Electric offense, stifling defense. Patrick Mahomes able to lead KC to a wild comeback in Denver, guys. Answer me this. Riddle me this. Okay. The Jags, or finish the sentence rather. The Jags will hand the Chiefs their first loss of their undefeated season if... What?
If they, the Jags defense will handle the first loss if they blitz responsibly. It's I'm looking at the last game that they were in against the Broncos, and the highlights that we like to show. You look at that Broncos defense; they were extremely passive, rushing for maybe a twist up front, but they're dropping 7 guys. There was something within the defensive game plan where they said, "We're going to sit back and we're going to make it difficult for this guy to throw in all these windows. So we'll drop more guys in coverage, and we'll preach to our DBs, linebackers, and safeties, stick to their playmakers." Now, it worked a little bit. I mean, he only had 1 touchdown. That was a Travis Kelce that he threw for. But he also ran for 1. They also controlled the clock. But they turned it around and handed it off to the leader of rushing last year, Kareem Hunt. So for me, I feel like in order to stop this offense, you have to bring pressure. But you can't do it irresponsibly. Oftentimes, teams that blitz, they'll leave these guys on an island, and they're not ready from an IQ standpoint to make sure they do their job.
Then the cheetah's gone.
Then the cheetah is out of the cage. So I'm looking for this team to bring that pressure. Don't sit back. Don't be passive. That's not the Jags. They don't sit back and let teams just run up and down the field on themselves. Yeah, just blitz responsibly, man. I feel like that is the key to beating this young player. Test him. Test his intelligence to see if he can handle everything. Throw the kitchen sink at him, and then see if he can still beat you.
That music is so appropriate that we're playing right now. It feels like an old NFL primetime highlight with Berman and Jackson and doing the game, and that's what this one feels like. Big offense, great defense, and an awesome environment when you go into Arrowhead. They're predicting a little bit of rain. I feel like this one's going to have that feel of October football's here. This is when the autumn leaves come, and Pat Mahomes has to be slowed down. or does he? You know, I thought the best quote from the entire week, and we heard some great ones from Tack McKinley and from Taylor Lewan. Doug Marrone yesterday at his press conference, look at what he says about Mahomes. Right now, he's playing better than any QB has ever played. Yeah. He's an MVP QB. The question is what he can't do. I don't know. I don't think words can really put in perspective how great he's playing, and that's all there is to it. I almost feel guilty using that screen instead of showing Mahomes highlights during my section.
Yeah, you wasted that time, Peter.
Because this is what people are talking about.
But he's saying that, and Jalen's reading what you're saying right now. Isn't that what he wants?
I don't know if it's mental warfare or what, but I've never heard coaches, both his own and opposing coaches, talk with such superlatives as this guy. The question is, what can't he do? And Marrone asked it. I'm asking. I don't know. I think, and I'm going to come out on a limb here on a Thursday. I think the Chiefs blow out the Jaguars on Sunday. I think that it just keeps on going, keeps on rolling, and instead of us being resistant, instead of us trying to find how to stop him, let's just buckle up, light a cigar, and enjoy the ride. Because I feel like we're on the Mahomes train right now, and you might as well enjoy it because it's a locomotive. I don't know who stops it, and I don't think the Jaguars are going to be the answer.
How to stop it? How's it going to?
How do the Jags hand the Chiefs their first loss of the season, if what?
I'm going to talk about the star quarterback too. If Blake Bortles plays like he plays in London. I say this every time with Jacksonville. It's Bortles. I believe in the defense. I do. I don't think that Mahomes is going to go absolutely ballistic on him. I think he'll be good, but I believe in that defense. They got enough firepower to at least slow him down like Denver did. It always comes down to Bortles. There's no Fournette. Blake Bortles is unbelievable when he's in London. He's first team All-Pro, best London quarterback ever. He needs to show the London game.
Fournette.
Yeah, he has been, but he needs to be even better in this one. It always comes down to 2 or 3 throws for Blake Bortles. Can he make him or not? That's what it is. I love Mahomes. I think this game comes down to Bortles, as it always does with the Jags.
I think it comes down to TJ Yeldon, and I mean that. I truly do. No Leonard Fournette in this one. We saw a little bit of this on Monday night. The Broncos, how did they attack and defend Patrick Mahomes? They kept his booty on the bench in Arrowhead. Run the ball. They averaged 7 yards a pop against the Kansas City run defense. TJ Yeldon's coming off a great game. He had 2 touchdowns, his best game of the season. He's been balling and looking really good. Keep him on the field. Keep Mahomes away.
Right?
I think they have to just come out and run the ball. TJ Yeldon's going to have a huge, huge role in whatever happens out there on Sunday.
Mahomes still hasn't been hit. Like, Vaughn gave him pressure and he went lefty.
So he hasn't been rocked.
You don't think Ngakwe's got it in him?
I'm saying Ngakoue, Calais Campbell, Malik Jackson, if ever there was a team to just knock him on his butt and say, yeah, kid, you're 23 years old, this is them.
It's a funny thing with Mahomes. So yesterday did a thing I unappreciated about how he threw the offhanded pass, and we went through history and said all these guys who have tried it, it never works out, it never fails. Well, our friendly neighborhood Hall of Famer, Kurt Warner, who watches us all the time, saw the segment, didn't appreciate it.
During his workout?
Yes, of course. No love. This non-athlete once completed a left-handed pass in Cincy, and if I can do it, it can't be that difficult, just saying. So Kurt, I don't know if this was Rams era, Giants, Cardinals. Sure enough, we dug it up. Wow. There's Kurt in red pants for the Cardinals with 1 glove, or is it? Wow! No! He gets it.
Okay, Kurt.
Yes! The Pope of all people. To the Vatican.
He almost scored.
Leonard Pope, of course.
Now let me ask you this.
Kurt's not wrong.
Kirk, I know you're listening. Let me ask you this. Who are you throwing to right here? Because you got two receivers. You got Edgerrin James right there.
He's going to Edgerrin, dude.
Is he going to Edge?
I think the Pope jumped the route. It did end up pretty. But I think he was going to Edge.
Protect the ball, Pope.
He had a torn ligament in his left thumb.
And his elbow.
Left elbow. And he threw that.
Right, and he was doing it with the brace.
Pure toughness, Kurt.
Kurt,
You can have your greatest show on turf highlights. Give me that.
Give me Kurt with the Arizona Cardinals. I'm the elliptical machine right now watching this. Kurt, we love you. We apologize. We'll never
He does
happen.
have that left hand in the
We want to hear from
Yes.
Kansas City Chiefs fans and Jags fans. Keep those tweets coming on your takes on how it'll all shake out in Week 5 at #GMFB. We're talking more about Colts and Patriots. Who better to do that with than a 3-time Super Bowl champ? With the Pats is now the star of the newest A Football Life, our guy, Willie McGinnis, joining us next on Good Morning Football.
Fall in love with IHOP's fall combos with a big old breakfast plate and a side of Cinestack or pumpkin spice pancakes made with real pumpkin. Fall pancakes are back at IHOP starting at $4.99.